Bartail has been one of the persons who's watched all the shows. I talk to him on a regular basis in the EverQuest Next IRC channel.
What we saw with, Kunark for EQ2, you did those 400 quests, you did all the content, and at the end of it, the world wasn't changed.
Yeah, I'm Phantom X. I do social media and write articles for EQ Nexus.
For the Fall of Bastion, there was a very definite, okay, this is where your story is going to fit into the world.
Listen, fluffy looking beard. Thank you. Listen, I went and I killed a dragon, and then 2 drops of whiskey hit my face, and I willed this manly beard into cow was raising. Yes.
Hello and welcome. This is the EverCast show, episode 43, which we've called New Beginnings. EverCast is an EverCast Next and Landmark podcast, connecting players with the game they play. I am one of your hosts, Hamlin. With me are 2 of our other normal hosts, Kai Lest and Flatus. If you guys want to say hi.
Hi, guys.
And I have to remember to unmute my microphone because I'm pulling a Tamlin.
Talking what?
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants.
Hi, everybody. I'm done.
Yeah.
You're done this early?
Already?
Listen, we might as well get bare butts out of the way. Bare butts. Let's see that.
The only ass I ever show on the show is my husband.
Bazinga!
Ow. So yeah. With us, we also have as a guest with us, Lucy. Lucidi. Is that how you pronounce your in-game name? Do you pronounce the IE at the end or not?
Lucidi.
Lucidi, okay.
I called her Lucite for the longest time. I was like, she's Lucite. That's fine. Lucidi's better.
Lucidi is better.
Lumicite recently.
Oh, I can see that.
So hey, we've called this one New Beginnings because this is the first one. We've had shows before where Chuena has not joined us, but this is the first one in the post Chuena world. So it's a new beginning for us.
Can we not talk about that? You're going to make me cry.
No crying. No.
Yeah, I mean, where
there's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in baseball. Yeah, where else are we going to find someone that started playing EverQuest because of Kim Possible?
Oh, God.
Forever in our hearts.
Yeah. So now that we have got that out of the way, why don't you tell us? You're active in the Landmark community. You're part of the Ceylon Trading Company. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So Ceylon Trading Company is a guild that was founded many years ago in WoW. We kind of became like this tight-knit group of friends rather than just, a guild, if that makes sense. We span a lot of different games. Currently, I believe we're active in Guild Wars 2, Star Wars The Old Republic, Landmark. I want to say ArcAge, but I'm not sure. And I believe there's still a presence in World of Warcraft as well. I just happen to be the guild leader / frontrunner for us in Landmark. I have that privilege of being able to do that. We're sort of we kind of were founded because a bunch of guild officers got sick and tired of just all of the crap that was slung their way and none of the recognition from a hardcore RP PvP guild that we were all in, and we decided to be like, no more. We're just gonna make a guild where nobody's expected to do anything that they don't want to do, and everybody can just contribute as they want to, and it's worked out really well for us. Currently, we're trying to become a presence in Landmark as an RP PvP guild, which is, I heard Dave Georgeson on a couple streams be like, "How does that work?" But it's a lot of fun. Basically,
It's the best way.
Yeah, it's we have a story, and our characters have a story, and we beat the crap out of each other in like a friendly way. So it works. We also do a ton of PvP stuff too, because you can't really play a game without the PvE aspect. And I am absolutely more into PvE than I am PvP, because that's, I don't know, it's just the way. That's just the way it is.
Go on.
Yeah, that's just the way I am. I'm not so. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will beat the crap out of people. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But I much prefer just killing monsters and getting loot and achievements. I am such an achievement collector. Yes, let's say that.
We call Tamlin an achievement whore.
Yes, exactly.
I would not call you a whore in any
I'm
context ever. I promise.
So I really like achievements, and I really like being able to just explore. I'm seriously an explorer, so Landmark is perfect for me. I love being able to just dig and not know where I'm going to come out or what's going to be there. I like finding the treasure chests. If anybody who follows me on Twitter will know that I love finding treasure chests. Even if I don't need anything inside them, I just like finding them.
I like finding chests too.
I like
There's a
chests.
joke there, but
Take that as you will.
so yeah, basically, Sealand is just sort of like this group of friends that just has fun, and that's basically what we are. We're sort of tight knit, but yeah, we like to have fun. We like to build. We have a lot of builders in our group. I'm reaching.
Well, it's funny because I've wanted to get you or someone else from Ceylon Trading Company on the podcast for the longest time, because I know all about the Keepers of Stromgarde and Ceylon Trading Company, because for two reasons. One, I was on the same server on the opposite faction because I played Horde on the Venture Company, and we ran into Ceylon Trading Company and Keepers of Stromgarde all the time. I was in the Dread Horde, and so yeah, killing and being killed by you guys was awesome. And then the second reason is that I actually have a real life friend that was in Keepers of Stromgarde, Jealous, who left it when it became Ceylon Trading Company, and her husband, Jealous's husband, and I go all the way back to high school, and I'm the old man on the show, so going all the way back to high school is long time. And as a matter of fact, I want to pop up a video or a picture, because Jealous did a real life tabard for the Keepers of Stromgarde, and I just want to let everybody know that that's my double-headed eagle. I gave her the art for that to make a tabard for me.
That's awesome.
And so there's the real life tabard for the Keepers of Stromgarde that my friend Jealous, that is her in-game name, who was a member of Ceylon Trading Company, but for the
They were members of Ceylon Trading Company?
I don't know if
Oh my god, they are! Oh, I know who they are. I know who they are.
She doesn't know them by their in-game names. She knows them by their out-of-game names.
Oh,
Right.
I know their real names. I didn't know their in-game names.
Right.
So he's using their in-game names.
He's like, who? What? Yeah.
And then he
She
was
knows some of
using
her-
the tabard.
she knows some of her Facebook friends, so yes, I know her real name as well.
Really?
I've met her in real life.
Her husband was like, what are you doing dating him? Or that was a joke. What was it? There was a comment like a joke, and or if you asked you if you had a sense of humor and you pointed out that you were dating me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have the best friends.
I told a couple of jokes and I didn't laugh because I didn't think that they were funny because they weren't to me. And he finally asked if I had a sense of humor. And I said, well, yeah, I'm dating Nathan.
Who?
Tanlin. I'm so sorry, babe.
So, yes, I've been waiting to have you on the show for the longest time, simply for that reason, because there's that common connection. Because RP PvP is awesome, and those types, like I keep in, like you would think that like with that PvP element, like always being at each other, like it would cause divisions, but it has not. Like the people that I keep in touch with the most are the people that I have fought with and fought with both like against them and with them against someone else.
Yeah, he's been talking about this all week. He's been really excited.
I wasn't a member of the Keepers for a very long time. I think it was probably a couple years before they split into Sealand, but I love my Keepers. I do. Mm-hmm. Most of them were like, they were mostly paladins on our side.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A bunch of guys who like to be the hero. They were really nice. And then me, the healer in the back.
That's what I've played a Holy Paladin too, like running around healing people in the back.
They were nice until I took their shield to the face.
Right. So, going on to a little bit of ECast news. First off, if you like look at the beanie, H1Z1 comes out next Thursday night, next Friday, January 15th. So I know that's like people that are following SOE Live or that follow SOE are really, really pumped about them launching a new game. I just want to point this out. That's really funny because the Z right in here is white and normally it would be red. And that's because when I capture images from Skype, it flips it. It mirror images it. So I had to turn it inside out because that's otherwise what it would look like. So I don't have a special H1Z1 hat. It's just because Skype is weird. So other ECast news. If you watch the latest Landmark Live, they talked about some things. The important things for me that I picked out was claim vendors. They are hoping to have them out in the month of January, and the next update is supposed to be January 21st or 22nd. And it's basically claim vendors are being worked on. They want to have you to be able to put vendors on your claim, and that should basically. I'm really hoping that this increases the amount of economy that we see in the game. We talked before a little bit about the economy, and I don't think that claim vendors is going to be a full on auction house system, but soon, maybe, I don't know. The second thing is the ogre build competition is still ongoing. Or it's not ongoing. I think that they said that it was done and they're in the judging. They're in the judging period of it, and so some winners have been notified because it pops up on their template claim, which is really cool because we talked about at the last show is that they really need to go back and do like the Dark Elf contest again because the skill that has evolved since the beginning of the alpha has just gone way, way up, and so the ogre builds,
tools have improved too. Yeah,
right. So the ogre builds are just phenomenal. So what? The other bit that we had talked about that they said that they were going to reevaluate it, and we talked about on the last show about the emitters being like a crafted item or a found recipe that you could craft and give away to your, to the people that you wanted, and they said that I'm trying to remember their exact words. That they're always evaluating these sort of things because again, it's in a beta state right now, so they have the flexibility of changing those sort of things. So I think that if you are like us and you feel that they need to be tradable or not tradable but craftable, we should let them know and say, hey, we like this idea. This is a better idea. And then I think we were talking about this earlier, just a few minutes ago. The achievement system is coming for the game, and it came up in the conversation about how people were like, well, I don't know what recipes I have and what recipes I don't have, and it would be nice to know. And their response to that was that's part of the ongoing achievement system that they're planning on putting in the game. And then like when you're like me and you want to have them all, then I'm gonna have to be like, oh, what are all of the ones that I don't have, and go out and get them. So that was it for the Landmark Live news that I thought was important. Do you guys have any ECast news? I know Flatus. I know what you guys are laughing about.
Hi.
Eyes up here. Eyes up here.
Yep.
So, Flatus, you spent some cash in EQ2?
I did.
You
I spent Big Daddy Warbucks over here. So I spent some of the station cash on EQ2. I bought the Arakan race, and I bought the Free Blood race, and I bought the Channeler class, and I think I have everything that EQ2 kind of has to offer, like extra, kind of like expansion-wise. So, and I bought a heroic character for the Arakan because I was like, and I saw the Arakans, and I was just like, I gotta make that. It's got wings. They're so pimp. They're so cool. And fun fact, their lore is that they come from an alternate thread of Norath. And I'm like, well, I know that the lore for EverQuest Next is that it's separate from the lore in EverQuest 1 and 2, but they all coexist in one massive, like there's different, like, I don't know how they explained it. There's like a neutral zone, and like the other Noraths exist. So there's theoretically that thread of Arakan could exist in EverQuest Next, and I kind of dig that. Never know. Maybe we'll see dragon folk with wings in EverQuest Next. I hope so, because they're really cool.
No reason not to. Like even D&D had like their dragonkin race, and
yeah.
Yeah,
and their animation's really cool too because they fight with their wings. Like they can do damage with their wings. So.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I need to.
That's
thank you,
fucking
Legendary.
cool.
The Etherneer. That's right. The Etherneer is the link between all the worlds of Norath. So let's not forget that because that exists.
Right. I definitely, like I told Chewy before, like even before the end of the year, is that I want to spend a little bit of time in EverQuest 2. I just need to. This was my first full 5-day work week, this past week in like a month because of all the vacations and stuff like that. And so like, I don't know what kind of BS that is, but I just didn't really have like the whole mindset to do a whole lot of gaming over the last week. But hopefully coming up in the upcoming week, I'll be spending a little time with EverQuest 2, and I'll have to look for you.
First world problems.
I know, totally a first world problem, right? Like, oh my god, I had to work 40 hours last week. What is this?
Yeah, no.
Poor baby.
And I worked 40 hours, and now I'm too tired to play a video game. Right?
So I'll be on Butcher Block with Chewina will be there when he's available if he's not doing his pre-husbandry duties of going around and getting stuff done for the wedding.
Finding cotton yarn.
Yeah, right.
I think my EQ2 characters are on Butcher Block. Pretty sure.
Do you want to come play with us?
I don't even know how to play. I honestly, I'm like, what do these buttons do?
Press buttons.
Good
That's
enough
how
for me.
I play a Shadow Knight, so it's press buttons win.
Pretty much.
I'm pretty sure I got the free upgrade to like max level or whatever when they were offering it on my little. I have a little RSI, and I betrayed to Kinos. I'm sorry. I'm good at heart, sort of, I guess.
No, it's fine. Kinos is cool. Sony EQ spelled backwards.
And I think she's a Fury? Yes, sure. Fury. One of the naturey caster types.
I could tell you, but that would involve me logging in and probably get in trouble. I won't do that.
I think I'm pulling a Tanlin. But I think that I have a character on Butcher Block, but I'm not sure. I know that I was doing the Iron Man challenge at the beginning, and then like when were giving away the level 85 heroic characters, I picked one up because like, hey, free character. And so I just haven't had a chance to really put any amount of time in the game. Except for that one time that Chewie tried to take us into an instance and got us all dead.
Guys, remember that conversation? Guys, you gotta come in here. I know, quick way leveling you guys. Oh, really? How? Just like that. Watching us all die.
Dead characters earn no experience.
It's called dying. So, no, it's like, hey, Kai, you can totally tank this. No, really, you can totally tank this. It'll be okay.
All right.
Are you sure? No, I don't think I can. Are you sure? Oh, no, you can do it. Okay, pull that group.
Yep.
It was
if
awesome.
it was Project Gorgon, it'd be different, because then we get death experience, and I don't care about that.
You get death. Oh, right. You level up and dying.
Yeah, you level up and die.
So,
By the way, I was going to say real quick, shout out to Gorgon getting approved on Greenlight. So
Right. We could, because we all thought that Project Gorgon was a pretty cool game. It's greenlit on Steam.
It got greenlit, and they're working on the Steam version right now, and they're going to put that out shortly. So if you're more of a Steam person and you like MMOs, go check out the Gorgon. It's good deals. Good things.
Get milked by your friends when you get turned into a cow. It's awesome.
Yeah, I've milked people. I
had no idea that, like, as I went up higher levels as a cow, like, my milk became better quality.
Yeah.
The new
I've milked Tamlin and Zubek. There comes the
Lucy, I am honest to goodness. This is the actual mechanic in the game. You certain boss mobs, when they kill you, they turn you into what they are. And so one of the entry level, instead of a giant rat, it's just a cow. It's a cow that murders, and it killed me and turned me into a cow. And so now I'm cursed to live life as a cow until I break the curse. But should I choose not to break the curse, I could just level up my cow skill and. You
can cow armor in game.
Cow armor.
You can actually equip like plate armor on your cow and like have a little cow helmet and stuff. It's great. Gorgon's so cool.
I feel like the part where I got lost was when he told me his milk level's up.
I screenshot it the first time that somebody came by and milked me.
He really did.
I know. I just thought that it was something kind of neat and kind of funny to do in the game, but I didn't realize that you could level up your milk production skill or milk production level, and suddenly you're producing better milk.
And it gives you a better buff. As you level it, it gets better buffs. I drank Tamlin's milk.
Oh my god.
I'm listening.
Yeah, it was delicious. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, FDA, screw the FDA. I think we should all drink...
Straight from Tamlin's udder, apparently.
Well, that's EverCast, everybody. See you all next week.
I literally have tears in my eyes right now.
They started it.
This is so
true.
great.
It's true. I did. And I drank it. I was like, can I get more? And no, I could not milk him again for another 45 minutes. He was spent.
Dude, that's a huge recharge time.
Yeah.
I need to. I
need to make a comment because Coffee Tea and PvP is complaining that that's TMI, and I'm sorry, but don't you want Tamlin's milk for your coffee and your tea before you PvP?
It's leveled up, guys.
Yeah. It gives you
it gives you epic buffs.
The buff was pretty sick though. It did give me a 4.5% damage increase buff, and then plus my health was increased.
See, I totally don't participate in this. Because I'm lactose intolerant. I don't participate in milking.
Well,
sorry.
That's a good excuse though. That's a good excuse though.
Yeah.
I got nipples, Gabe. Could you milk me?
I don't know where to go with that.
He's not very good at being shut up. This is fantastic. I mean,
it's only a game.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fantastic.
To be mad.
So seriously, everybody give it up for Lucy.
Sorry.
What?
So, right.
EverCast.
We don't know why we gave him the soundboard.
Oh, yes, we do, because he
Oh
would
yeah, no, we know.
abuse it the best.
Why wasn't there a moo sound when we were talking about the milk?
Yeah, Flatus. Why wasn't there the moo sound when we were talking about the milk?
Where's the moo sound?
You come on, all right.
You fail.
Talk among yourselves. Maybe I'll pick up a moose sound. Like, listen, do I have to remind you of the great, why don't we have a Twilight Zone theme song? And I pulled that 2 seconds before the show and got it on the soundboard.
Right. So you're asking us to stall. Got it.
Yeah.
So we were going to pretty much make the focus of this game on RP PvP.
Focus up at the episode, not the game, darling.
Did I say? Oh, I'm sorry.
You did.
And that's because that's my favorite type of gameplay. Kylust, I believe as well. So when you're I want to know more about the Sealand Trading Company and how you guys do things. You do events, and do you create your own sort of I forget what they call them in D&D, because they weren't missions; they were in the little pamphlets and modules. You create your own little story module and do you have that all predetermined, or is it all created on the fly?
It depends really on who's running it. I ran the whole Bandit story arc, and basically it was just I was like, okay, what could happen to them if they settled out here? And it was basically well, obviously they're gonna have to they're gonna have to ship goods to the coast so that they can build their town. And I was like, they'd be a prime target for bandits. So as soon as PvP was in the game, I was like, finally, I can do this. And basically my goal, because I didn't want it to be predetermined, I wanted the PvP and I wanted it to be random, but I kind of had to plan for each outcome. So each time we ran an event, we did a best out of 3. So who we assigned, bandits were this color, Sealand was this color, and it actually worked out really well at first because Sealand colors are blue and gold, and that's all we had at first was blue and gold. So bandits were one color and Sealand guards were the other, and whoever won best out of 2 out of 3 is the one who won basically, if it was D&D, the encounter, if you will. So we did that, and it ended up being that we got our asses handed to us every encounter. It was so bad. The bandits just kept winning over and over again, and part of it was because when I was designing the maps, because I built all the maps for the PvP encounters, I didn't know. So especially in the warehouse one, I just had the Sealand guards spawning inside the warehouse because I thought that would be a tactical advantage for them, and it was basically a killing field. It was awful. It was very awful.
They spawned in and got killed as soon as they came back to life.
Exactly. It was horrible, and I had no idea what I was doing. And it wasn't until we got a couple more PvPers who joined the guild that they were like, yeah, you might not want to do it that way because you're dying, and that's why. And I was like, oh, really? Oh, okay, that's why. I'm down. Let's do it your way. So it was all completely random as to who won, and so it was best 2 out of 3, or best out of 3 in the mini encounters, and for the overall story arc as well. So I think I ran 3 events, and then there was the main event, and I just kind of rolled with the punches and just came up with something new every week, depending on what happened the week before. So it was totally random. I knew that we were going to do one, which was a caravan run, and the second one was either going to be another caravan run if we won, but that didn't happen. So I decided, the second one was a warehouse, was the hit on the warehouse. And then the third one was actually going to be, because we got our butts handed to us so badly, I decided to just have the bandits storm the town, and we opened up our entire our entire port town just to PvP. And that was a lot of fun. That was, I think, the first one that my computer was actually able to handle, so I could PvP too. And I basically just sat on a rooftop sniping people, and it was lovely.
That sounds good.
You're using the bow?
Really nice. Yes. In fact, I still use the bow, even for PvE now. I really, really like the bow. I wanted to like the wand because it's sparkly and shoots rainbows, but I can't. It just doesn't do enough damage. A good defense is a good offense.
It's sparkly, and it shoots rainbows.
Yes.
Kai, would you want to go make a wand and go shoot rainbows?
I think I have an extra one if you want it.
That's a free wand.
I'm just gonna stay out of this one. Whatever's happening over there.
It's okay. I'll just throw shit at him.
There you go.
I do on the show all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, to answer your question, it was both predetermined and random.
Yeah, that's cool. So I was going to ask, and you guys are definitely going into EverQuest next, or you probably, how are you guys feeling about EverQuest next, and how do you think that you're going to set up your guild to function in EverQuest next?
I'm torn because I don't really know. I've been kind of the cheerleader for Sony games for our guild. I've always been an EQ2, an EverQuest fangirl, always. I always thought that they had awesome features that no other MMOs were implementing, and I didn't understand why they weren't bigger. And so I've always been like, no, we should be an EQ2. We should be an EQ2. But no, they're like, no, we like World of Warcraft. I was like, fine. I'll just stay here.
I know how that goes.
Yeah, basically. And sorry, I was looking at chat. That's a dangerous thing to do sometimes.
Yeah. Don't pay attention to don't pay attention to those nerds.
Don't call them. Don't do that.
That's like the pot calling the kettle black. Oh, me, really? We're sitting here on our butts in front of a bunch of computer equipment, being nerdy, talking about video games, and you're calling them nerds.
You wanna know why? Because I got the power.
The power of the babe.
You have a mic and they will listen to everything that you have to say.
Well, I have a microphone.
I'm gonna bring it back on topic if that's cool.
Tamlin's gonna love you.
Tamlin's question. I'm not sure. If I decided to kind of cheerlead EverQuest next, I'm sure that I could start sealing there. I'm not sure if any of our other members would want to, because we kind of take turns. There are 3 or 4 of us that are core leaders / officers, and we sort of guild lead in the different games. Oh, Bobby! Sorry, I got distracted. I've bird my puppy from the room, so she can't be all up in my business like that puppy. But so basically, if I cheerlead EverQuest next, probably Sealand will. But I do have a family-run guild that's a raiding guild in EverQuest 2 right now, and I might just go PvE server with them. I'm not sure yet.
See, I thought that you would go I cannot wait to get into EverQuest next with what they've shown us with the story bricks when it comes to RP PvP, because I think that when I was doing RP PvP in Warcraft, one of the things that was missing is that no matter what us players were doing in the world with whatever, the world never changed. They could come and raid Orgrimmar and kill Thrall or Garrosh every Friday at 5 p.m. on the dot, and it never changed the world. He would just respawn a couple hours later, and it didn't really matter. And like, and then even in our own personal RP, even if we ignored like what the other characters were doing, like I played in an all Blood Elf guild, and the Blood Elf storyline never progressed after the Burning Crusade, right? And so it was like, hey, we've cleansed the Sunwell, and then the city, nothing ever happened to it. All these other things were happening to the other part of Azeroth, and I know I'm talking a little bit about Warcraft, but I'm just using this to make a point.
No, I agree with you. Go on.
Right. And so, like, like all these other things were happening all across Azeroth with the Cataclysm and this and Panda showing up, and there's this other city belonging to the Blood Elves, and it never ever changed. What did change is they gave him a couple of like a voice actor. He got his own speaking parts finally, and then he showed up a little bit in Mists of Pandaria, but not in where the Blood Elves are from, out there in the world. And it just became a really frustrating experience, because it was like, I
agree with you, but they did give him a spine, which was
all right. He got a spine, and he stood up for the Blood Elves. But so now looking at the new Norath in EverQuest Next, I am so looking forward to that. Like, if the Dark Elves are attacking the forest and the Wood Elves are protecting the forest, and one side wins or loses over time, that might change that area of the world. And so that whole life of consequence. So that, like, it gives a little bit more meaning to the role play. The Dark Elves might be like, I need this magic because whatever reason, but it's like, it's powerful and it's personal, and it organizes people into like a guild community to go and try and accomplish something. And then of course there is a natural counter to that, where the Wood Elves would be like, no, you can't kill our trees and take the magic from them. We need that. And so yeah, like that's why it was like the of all the games that I've seen come out, like I'm always looking for the RP PvP elements, and I think EverQuest Next has really, like, they've landed that so solidly. And the only thing that ever comes close is like EVE Online, simply because there is no world but the player world, and so you've got alliances and corporations that are forming, and they change the landscape of the world with their wars and everything. But I mean, I can't think of another game that comes even close to having that sort of real meaningful PvP. Well, maybe Guild Wars 2. But that's instance. So it's like, it's changing a part of the world that doesn't matter to the rest of the world or to the story.
I agree. I think that's something I would like to see in EverQuest Next as well, is that make sure that everything gets affected. Whatever, if something major happens to the world, it needs to affect the whole world. And granted, yeah, WoW's still running on old... I mean, they implement new technology when they can, but they're still running on old stuff. Like, so, it kind of sucks for them.
I think with a life of consequence during RP PvP, I might not just stand in the back of the bank and cuddle up next to the closest Blood Elf while they raid our city anymore. I think I might actually have to help. Or will I?
Hi.
It depends on where.
Well, I was just saying he's a Blood Elf.
See, that's what I'm considering right now. Like, right, because I make different characters for every game I play, and I've never. The Tanlin that I've created the last couple of times has always been a plate wearing, kind of, I don't know, kind of paladin, but like, he needs, like, I want to flesh out the story before the game launches again, so that I actually, like, what does Tanlin the paladin care about other than being a paladin and using a polearm of some sort? Like, what factions can I attach myself and be like, okay, well, there's this in-game faction of knights called the Knights of whatever, and
Round Table,
Knights of the Round Table, and so whatever. That's
when they're able.
So that I can look at the story that they're giving us from the developers and be like, okay, the Knights of the Round Table in Norath are they want this and they want this and they want this, and so like I want to increase my standing with them, and so I go out and I try to accomplish those things for them. So I just need more. I need to know more about what's out there, so that I can start developing that personal story. Because, like, you could easily play a rogue and be like, you know what? They're robbing the bank. I don't have any reason to fight them. Here. Why don't I take a few coins while they're raiding the bank and then mosey out the back? Kai, do you know what are you looking? Warlock, or are you going to do Paladin? Are you going to consort with the fell magics?
In EQ next, there's going to be fell magics in EQ next.
Dark magic, demonic magic. Are you going to consort with the fiends from beyond? And I'm not talking the undead fiends. I'm talking like the demon type fiends.
He's talking about me.
Hi.
Sorry, I was trying to like not tell,
I want to play a dark elf.
Duh.
Oh no, that was a given.
Yeah.
I want to play a dark elf paladin.
Really?
Ooh. You're gonna have to work for that.
Work it. Yeah, I know, I get it.
We knew where that was going.
Poor Lucy. She doesn't know how to deal with me. I'm sorry.
I do. It's just not in public.
I need an adult.
And her name is Lucy.
And I'm Cuban, so was this episode of I Love
I'm not sure when I made that decision and why I made it, because it seems really like a poor decision on my part now. But yes, I am an adult.
Yeah, that's the last time I checked. I'm not an adult. I'm a teenager with 20 years of experience.
This is ridiculous.
That's the way classy bitches do it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh God.
So, all right. So, like, instead of like asking and trying to like subtly draw it out of you, how about more directly? RP PvP, is that the server you find that you're gonna end up on, Kylest Flatus? And if so, like, what type of character do you want to play? What type of like faction do you want to align yourself? What do you see as like a personal mission, or what are you waiting for before you make those sorts of decisions?
Hold up.
Has there been anything in the lore that you've read that has been like, that's what I want to do?
Oh, she's in, man. Let her go.
Okay, so you see that man that says Tanlin? The one that wants to play this squishy little paladin that's nice and sweet and defends the people? Yeah, I want to crush him. So I will play the faction that doesn't play with him. I will play the faction that wants to crush his faction. Because there is nothing like good, friendly PvP between husband and wife.
And we have a spare bedroom.
Yes! 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 Yes!
That is the soundbite that just keeps on giving.
Much like myself.
Woo!
And good night.
Oh my.
Jesus. Hi, everybody. Well, I want to be a tank, so I'd probably go warrior. Actually, you know what I would like to see?
If you can stop laughing.
I would like to see a different sort of tanking class. I would like to see, like, one of the other, like, because remember, there's 40 classes. Like, we've only seen, like, this much.
Wizard tank.
We did a class episode. I think there were, like, 12 that they had named, or 10 or 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's still... There's so much more.
I know, there's like another 28.
There's just a whole much more.
And then all the hybrid classes that we'll be able to manufacture out of those.
Yeah. So I think I'd start off as like a normal warrior and see where that led me, like just to see where the world took me as that warrior, and then see if I can like find someone that'll teach me something else, and then like roll that into roleplay, and then like if I got to become sort of like a berserker or something like that, where it's like I'm all rage and I'm carrying like a two-handed weapon. I'm down for that. Like, let me do that. Or like a monk, where I find the guy that leads me on the mountain, which I've talked about, and I become a monk, and I become a monk tank or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. I'm down for that.
Basically, I'm gonna go with whatever class is magic and allows me to melt people's faces and see what kind of trouble I can get into.
Yeah.
I like her style. It's face melty. That's good.
I don't want to be a good guy.
Old school D&D style, like. And you still smite him down? Tanlin may be the most evil person on this podcast.
It might have been pulling a Tamlin right there.
You are indeed pulling a Tamlin.
Okay, well at least I saw. I was like, oh hey, the red bar's not bouncing anymore. But basically, playing a paladin that is just like so insensitive to the subtleties of justice that they're completely blind to it, so that they see like the beggar stealing a loaf of bread and smites them down on the spot for being, the thief that they are, right? Or chopping off their hand for being a thief. And so that it's so, you take that element of a paladin and just corrupt it so that he's like the biggest jerk, the biggest asshole, and nobody likes him, that sort of thing.
And that's what you want to play?
It's the greatest thing. It's the most evil good guy ever. And it's great.
Exactly. It's the evil good guy.
Oh.
He's like, he's more evil. You want to play the evil class, and he's more evil than you.
It's the counter character to Robin Hood, right? Like Robin Hood is the thief with the heart of gold. He steals from the rich and gives to the poor.
Yeah,
and then there's this,
the
and
sheriff
then there's
of Nottingham.
Well, no,
you want to play the fucking sheriff of Nottingham? Hot.
I'm gonna seriously date myself with this reference, but basically my goal in EQN is I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way.
Oh, okay. I know. Hey, listen. I know what you're talking about. You're not dating yourself.
Right. The funny thing
is,
because we would have to ask Chewie if he had seen that movie before, because
you have no worries now. Everyone in this group is old enough to see the things that, like, where Chewie would be like, I don't get that reference.
But has chat. We'll see.
Oh, don't worry about those nerds. All right.
I'm gonna fire you and
I'm gonna fire you and bring on Lucy permanently and replace you with her. She won't call our people nerds.
Oh no. Let's ask Chat. Chat, do you want to see Flatus go? The worst decision I've ever made was asking Chat do you want to see me go?
As a matter of fact, what was it? Cool World was on Netflix, and I watched that, and it was a bad decision, because there are some movies that stand the test of time, and that there are other movies.
Oh, it's not one of them.
I was like, oh, it's Brad Pitt in one of his earlier roles, and I'm like sitting down to watch Cool World, and I'm like, oh my, this is awful. And I remember at the time being a teenage boy, like, oh yeah, this is so much better than Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But
I was, I think, like 9 when Who Framed Roger Rabbit came out.
I'm not that much older than you. I remember being a teenager, but then
If I remember correctly, it was like 1988.
Nah, 90.
Somebody Google that. 1988.
No, it's like 93, 94.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? 1988.
Really? No.
Google that shit, yo.
I'm
People, it's like mixed in chat. People are like, "No, dude, you're a badass drinker. Don't go."
Wow, it is 1988. When is Cool World then? Because I thought that those two movies came out at about the same time. I was wrong. You were right. You were smart. I am not.
Cool World came out in '92.
Okay, so I thought that they came out like within a year of each other. I didn't realize that Cool World came out 4 years later because they're pretty much the same premise of a movie, right? Cartoons in the real world, that sort of deal.
Yeah. What was the other movie from 1988 that you were talking about?
I have no idea.
Roger Rabbit?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit was 1988.
No,
Cool
it's the other way
World,
around. Cool World is Brad Pitt going into the cartoon versus where the other way around where Roger Rabbit was that the cartoons and humans lived in the same universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there was that trip down memory lane.
Yeah. And no, don't get me wrong, but Jessica Rabbit was way hotter than Holly from Cool World. Hands down.
Who played that? Who was that actress? It was... I just watched it like a week or two ago. Oh, well, it isn't important. All I know is that Brad Pitt
Kim Basinger. Woo!
And Kim Basinger. Damn, check out that memory.
Yep.
Because she has boobs.
It's not the only reason.
Lies!
I just know useless information.
She had nice boobs.
It's Kim Basinger. She's a drag actor.
So, on that note, we have about 8 minutes to break. So, the recap is that I will play whatever is opposite of Tamlin, so I can go kick his ass on a frequent basis. Because
which means she's going to be playing Robin Hood.
Get Dark Elf Robin Hood. This doesn't work.
Ha. Huh.
You're an asshole.
Maybe you should come up with a character concept that isn't just like an opposite of mine. Play what you want to play. Don't you just want to bully me, pick on me?
I just want to find a game that I can kill you in PvP so I can yell at you.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, I totally own his ass in that, or Tekken, so I mean, hey.
Yeah, I don't really care for fighting games.
Yeah, I totally own his ass in Tekken.
Yeah. It's almost break time, guys. What we can do?
That's what I was just saying. Like, we're recapping, so.
And I want
to play whatever Milk's face is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start
look hot doing it.
With the boob window. The boob window.
Boob windows.
Okay, so face melting boob windows.
However, unlike all the landmark current armors, I want actual boots, so when I'm kicking ass, my toes don't get dirty.
These boots were made for ass kicking?
They were.
I didn't notice that.
Landmark.
All of the boots are open toed?
Yeah, they're all freaking sandals.
Yeah, basically, except for the plate armor. They're basically all open toe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm in full plate. Because there is no boob window and I have my toes covered.
Well, I'm going to have to log into Landmark and check that out to see if there really is all...
Yeah, just roll...
It's a lot of them.
Yeah, roll lady.
I've been working on actually, like, taking screenshots of my characters in every single one of the different armors, front and back. And, yeah.
So, the other outfits are not good for butt kicking or chemistry labs, which is really sort of disappointing, so...
I don't really spend that much time looking at the characters' feet.
Maybe somebody on the design team has a foot fetish?
It must be, because...
Quentin Tarantino's on the design team!
Or Rex Ryan.
Did you see what Dave wrote on the back of one of the cards last year? Because it could be Dave for all we know.
No.
It was a reference to furries.
Was it?
Shit just got real.
Yeah, what was it?
I will see if I can find my picture in my stuff, and I will tweet it out.
When we come back from break, we got to discuss that.
At least I think it was something that I like read, and I was like, oh, whoa,
Interesting.
yeah.
All right, folks. Wait, 5 minutes out.
So boob, windows, bare butts, and toe fetishes.
Yeah. So why don't we go ahead and take the break
And
now?
ass kicking. Don't forget ass kicking.
And face melting.
Yeah.
And
I don't
melting.
want to play an MMO where I don't feel heroic. I need the ass kicking and face melting and all that.
I agree, and then I also need to feel like I need to feel impact behind my attacks. Maybe we could, like, when we get back from, can we talk about that? Can we talk about, like, how impactful, like, combat should feel? Like, even though I'm clicking buttons, like, I should feel like if I'm carrying, like, a warhammer, like a two-handed warhammer, like, I feel like my swings should not be like I'm swinging around like a two, like
we can. Sure.
Yeah, because I think that's really important, because I think that adds to the feel, especially like if for roleplay PvP, it should feel like I'm slamming like a hammer into somebody's skull.
Sure. I like that. That's a good, because that's one of the first things I did with the pole arm in Warcraft. But it's kind of funny because good. I did it once, like the first year I was playing an MMO. That's something I really sat down and looked at, and then like I haven't done it really since.
Oh, even like Fugazi even said, like, the two-handed sword feels like it hits like a truck. Like, it should take more time to swing a two-handed sword. Like, in real life, it'd take longer to swing a two-handed sword versus a one-handed sword. There's more, but there's more power behind a two-handed sword versus.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I'm just saying, like, I haven't, like, again, like I said, I've used the one-handed sword, and like, because it works for me and it accomplishes everything I need to do, I don't switch out of it, and it feels like it does a pretty good job of doing what it does. Because you really don't have any like really big overhand two-handed, like, knock this ball over the fence type attacks. You just have like some pretty hefty slashes. Well, yeah, true, and augment that with a few other things.
Also, if we forget, like, the 6-shooter guy, like, that should feel like, yeah. Like, can I just single-hand a gun and shoot faster if I'm doing, like, like, quick draw? Like, I can't hold down and go do that.
But yeah, see, Guild Wars 2 had that. Because I played a dual pistol and a pistol dagger rogue. Was it a rogue or a thief in Guild Wars 2? But I just remember that the damage that I did was so ridiculously low because I built him all for survivability and scouting, because I was world PvP, right? Like, doing the RP PvP. I was the guy, like, tell us, what are they over there in that keep? And I would run over there, and then I'd come running back with, like, them chasing me.
Yes, they are.
Right.
Don't look at me. If I could, I'd be, I'd be the one dude who plays, like, even though I want to be a tank, a small sliver of me wants to be the the bard, and then I can just use my But I would never do any of the combat. I'd just be in town trying to swoon ladies with my sweet mandolin.
Non-combat gameplay. That would be good to see. That would be good to see on an RP PvP server, right? Like, so you don't have to be a good negotiator and deliver products and stuff like that.
I mean, I've talked about it when I was on. Give them a little plug. When I was on Horde House, there Bobby Blackwolf, who runs Voice of Geek VOG Networks, he was in the guild of nothing but bards and in EQ1 that just went around and told stories of other players and, like, the raids and stuff. Like, that should happen again. Like, I feel like that should be a group thing.
Yeah, my parents got involved in their scrolling text-based MMO that they were playing Muds back in, like, the mid 90s. They were playing it, and that's what they did. They would just run around, tell stories with one another, do whole plays and productions and stuff like that. They were a traveling band of entertainers.
Well, it's 9 o'clock. Okay, it's time for a break. We have 2 videos. I guess I should introduce them because I picked them out.
Yep.
First video is just like a little quick news, like,
what's going on in the world of MMOs, like just various MMOs like ESO and other things. And one's in there that I find interesting is one of the creators from Star Wars Galaxies and another MMO creator getting together and starting a new company to create a new MMO, and they're saying that they have the answer to what that's going to fix sandbox / theme park, like it's going to, which we've heard that, which is going to be EverQuest next. So it's kind of interesting that's going to happen. And I find it interesting as somebody from the world of Star Wars Galaxies, which Kyle's played. So I wonder what that's going to be like. But we'll hear about that. And then it's a little lore from. We're going to learn about the Thule for EverQuest, and that'll bring us into our next bit of news. And Lucy, my dear,
Do you want to camp us out?
Yes, Miss Lucy. Yes.
Yeah, this is you count down from 5.
Camping in.
Yay. And then you say, you go camping, and then you're like camping, and then
now?
Yeah. Ooh,
Okay.
That would be ideal.
Okay, we're coming back with Tamlin's milk in. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Camping. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.